Hey,
Hey guys.
starting these episodes off is always really awkward.
I
Like, I
feel like
don't
it's
know.
not.
I feel like I don't know. Maybe I just get like a little bit performance anxiety, but I'm just like a little nervous. Like, what's going on?
Hey guys. Welcome back to Lavender Marriage.
Yeah,
Welcome
or
back.
welcome to,
Or welcome
not
to.
just welcome back. So, we just finished doing Chris's hair.
You just finished doing
I
Chris's hair.
finished doing
We
Chris's
were
hair.
watching Naked and
And
Afraid.
also, just oh my god, fucking Chris is the most like, he's the worst customer ever. Like he all he does the entire time, mind you, he asked me to do his hair. I don't make him pay. I'm just generous like that. And
Reparations.
yeah, but the least he can do is work with me. Fuck. Like, and all he does is the entire time is complain. My neck hurts. My neck hurts. My neck hurts. You move his head, he moves it back. You move his head, he moves it back.
Okay, it
And then you
doesn't
get to
help.
the end of the braid where all of his little hairs, his little damaged flyaways, they don't want to stay in that braid. And then he starts moving. So then I can't get the hair in the
The worst part
braid.
is there's not like damaged flyaways. I actually think my hair is like
No,
pretty healthy.
your
My
hair's
hair's
just
not
cut
damaged. It's just
uneven
it's not
because of the
no, it's
shape
cut
that you
in a
have.
shape that I had.
Yeah.
Like it's not it's cut specifically for that. So every time I get my like braids done or get my hair done, the ends just don't ever want
It's
to stay.
impossible. It's
They
impossible.
don't. It's fine. Like it's not that
Do you guys want
serious.
to see me apply lip combo?
I thought it was actually pretty funny because, as Mika said, first of all, we were watching Naked and Afraid, and I would never do that. I actually would never, absolutely never do that. I'll get into that in a second. The funny thing is that like Mika sits up in her room and with her boyfriend, who is straight, they watch RuPaul's Drag Race,
Yeah.
and then I just said that with a crispy R.
RuPaul's Drag Race. Ew.
Drag Race,
With my straight boyfriend, I like to watch RuPaul's Drag
and
Race,
then
but
with
with my
me,
gay best friend, I like to watch Naked
Naked
and
and
Afraid.
Afraid.
And really just, I like to embrace the straightness
The
of it
worst
all.
part is I was just sitting there complaining about the man the whole time. Like he
No,
was
he
just
was
so
actually, he was
frustrating.
insufferable, but I do low-key feel for him because he was actually insufferable, but he was low-key doing everything because all she was doing was maintaining the fire, which is obviously an important job. But I think when like you're that tired and hungry, like when somebody is just sitting there maintaining the fire, I would get triggered too. I'd be like, do something,
Yeah.
even though she is doing something. Again, like I just
And she
don't think
made
he
their
realized how
clothes.
important it was.
Yeah, she made their clothes. She was getting
Yeah.
them water.
But when he went on his little woman hating tangent, that was crazy.
Oh my
That was
God, he started
crazy.
getting into it. He
Yeah,
was
he was
just like,
like,
women, all
women
they
are
do is
just so
bitch and
fucking
complain
weak.
and moan and da-da.
No, he's actually
Hello?
absurd, bruh. He,
It's
he needs
never that
help. He needs help.
serious.
And
Yeah.
there was somebody that he looks like that I can't remember what his name is, but he looks like somebody
I
familiar.
He does look like somebody familiar. I don't know who
He
it
looks
is.
really familiar.
Familiar.
Familiar?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Why did you
I would
repeat that?
never do that. So the episode started off. It was episode one, by the way, because we've never done this before. We've never watched
I have
Naked and
watched Naked
Afraid.
and Afraid. I used to watch
Well,
it
I
with my
mean together.
parents. Yeah.
And
I wanted
I've
to watch
never
The
watched
Amazing World
it.
of
I've
Gumball.
never watched it. And so the episode starts off. The executive producer. They were in the Costa Rican rainforest. And the executive producer, prior to the episode, got bit by the Florida
Fleur de
France,
Lance. Fleur de Lance.
some Florida
Something like
Lance or
that.
whatever.
It's this
Fleur
deadly
de
ass
France, I
snake,
said. It's this
bruh.
extremely deadly, one of the most deadly venomous snakes
And they
ever.
showed
And
pictures.
yeah, they showed pictures of his fucking foot, and his whole skin is gone. His foot is
Dude, you
open,
can
and
see
like
the
you
tendons in
can
his
see his
foot.
bone.
It's
And I was like,
nasty.
and they were like, and we asked them if they didn't want to film the episode because the executive producer got bit while they were like scouting the area, and they still agreed. I would not do
Dude,
that.
your
I'm not
R's have
going
gotten
there.
way crispier. Agreed.
Wait, what's
Agreed.
happening?
Agreed. Agreed. I don't know what's going on with you. That it used to never not be as strong as that.
I guess that's a problem now. Agree.
No,
Agree.
I even when you say your G
Crispy.
sounds,
My
you're like
crispy
way
R.
like in your throat. Like
I mean, I think it might be the way I'm sitting.
maybe. I don't
And the
know. That
fact that
was
like
just
I've
crazy.
been like coughing and like mucus and stuff like
Yeah,
that,
that
so
was
maybe it's just like
crazy.
the
It's
back of
just
my throat.
sounded really intense.
I'm
Oh,
speaking.
and
Okay.
also, just like I don't know, like survival shows like this, do they know that like they don't have to do this? And the worst part about this show is that they don't even get like I don't even think they mentioned like money, a money reward. What was I gonna say? We were talking about Naked and Afraid. I was talking about how these people they don't really have to do this. Like
Oh yeah,
I
you
don't
had said
know.
that you didn't know. They didn't talk really like about a cash prize or
Yeah, they
anything.
don't get it. I don't think they get a
They
cash
get like a
prize.
little bit of money or something, I
They probably
think.
just get, yeah, I don't know how much money they get, but I know it's not a lot because I talked about this with my parents before. But it's like, I know they don't get a lot of money from doing this. So I
It's
don't really
crazy.
understand. Like, I get doing things to prove something to yourself, but this is like another level of doing things to prove things to yourself. I would never do this. I would just never do this. There's not, I don't think there's a single universe out there where I am doing this. What?
I've never noticed that picture before. Is that new?
That picture?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where did that come from?
like early March. Me and Ezra made it together. It's clay.
Why is Patrick Star in there with
He
like
did that. He
the
did that.
Huggy Wuggy from Poppy Playtime?
That's not Huggy
That
Wuggy.
looks like
That's
Huggy
an
Wuggy. No,
alien.
baby, that's Huggy Wuggy, but like
Whatever.
light teal.
Okay, they can't even see this, so stop.
Can we show it?
No, because it's the Loki in the back. So I made this like this. I'll insert a picture.
It's really ugly cute.
We'll insert a picture. It's cute. We did it together. It was we just put clay on like air dry clay on like a thing, and we painted on it and designed little characters and stuff like that. It's cute, but the thing is that we made the air dry clay too thick, so now it doesn't the like back of the frame doesn't sit on it properly. So it's just kind of like on there. It's like kind of shitty, but I mean it's so
Okay.
cute. It's cute.
Yeah.
It was a good little like couples bonding moment, you know.
Just like us watching Naked and Afraid.
We should be watching Drag Race. What are we doing?
Right. And
What?
something is not right about the fact that like you watched Drag Race with him, but
No,
then
really.
fucking Naked and Afraid
I
with me.
don't.
And we watched Get Out while she was braiding
Yeah,
my
we
hair, by the
did.
way.
Oh yeah. Ugh. Is that like what's the word for that?
Guys, wait, hold
Contradicting?
on.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Is that insensitive?
Hello, everyone.
Is this insensitive? This might be really insensitive. That might be really insensitive.
Insensitive? Baby. This is Get Out.
This is not Get Out.
This is Get Out.
This is White Ally.
Preach, sister. The next clip,
Oh
we're
my
just gonna cut and she
God.
rips my do-rag off.
Oh. Oh my God, the other day when
Anyway.
I got posted for being not woke.
And I posted you too.
Whatever.
Yep. Yep.
I was, for context, I was woke, but I was making a joke that was pretending to not be woke.
By POC. Does that make her lesbian POC?
That was a joke. I know what that word means. I know what that means.
Yeah, so I definitely would never end up on Naked and Afraid. I would never want to go there. That is crazy to me. The whole time that they were going, so the guy, first of all, what the hell was his name?
Shane.
Yes.
Stop acting like you know the way, like you know the rules. There are no rules, man.
He kept falling and tripping and falling like every 2 seconds. He was
Okay,
literally just
but he was also
falling.
no, I'm gonna give
And
him some credit because that's like missing some context to this. He for 3 days, this girl had food poisoning from a
he
turtle
was
that
falling
they ate.
before that.
No, but he also didn't have food in him, and he was carrying a bunch of wood. He was the only one gathering wood. That's super physically exerting, especially when you're on such a little amount of food and you're not getting sunlight. Like they're not getting any sunlight. It's constantly raining on them. He almost burned and died.
Okay,
Like,
okay, multiple things there. First of all, she kept offering and telling him that he needs to go get some sunlight to dry up and get warm and to eat some food. Before he started starving, she warned him like actually 10 times that they were going to need food.
no,
And
yeah.
he didn't listen. And he said, instead, I'm going to go
I
gather
know.
a
I'm
bunch
not
of
saying
fucking
that
wood.
it's not his fault.
And he
I'm not
gathered a
saying that it's
bunch of
not his
fucking
fault.
wood.
I'm just saying
Yeah, but I'm
that
saying he kept fucking falling.
he was falling
And
because
it's his
he's
fault.
like starving and he's exhausted.
And it's his fault
and
because
he
she
didn't
didn't
get to
listen. He
sleep
didn't
for
listen
3
to her.
days like she did.
He didn't
That was
listen to
when
her.
most of the falling happened.
She was
though,
sick
was
that
when they
whole
were
time, so
walking.
it's not really like
But she was still
real
able to
good
rest, and she
rest.
literally talked about how she felt way better, and he
Mhm.
felt super physically depleted. I
So,
think he was an asshole.
but
I'm not
prior,
defending him,
but
but I'm
prior
just
to that, he
saying.
was also still falling because he wasn't eating and everything like that. But he kept fucking doing it to himself. And she warned him multiple times that they were gonna need food, and she spent the entire day trying to find food, and he did not help her, and he split off from her and tried to find fucking wood or something, and he was just not looking for food. And then the next day, he was like, "And this is where the starving starts." Yeah, because you didn't fucking listen to her, you damn
And then
idiot.
some kind
And
of
then
asshole he he tries to kill that crazy snake that we mentioned before. He tries to kill that crazy snake. I mean, luckily he was successful, but that could have been really bad. He did not need to kill that snake. He could have found another snake to kill. Like, I
And
don't know why he did that.
he ended up bringing the snake back to her and was like, "Yeah, it's like a 4 foot long snake. It's not a baby." And she was like, "It's kind of small," but like she wasn't being
She
like a
wasn't being
dick
rude.
about
She
it.
was just
She was
making an
just like, "Oh,
observation.
it's a baby."
Because she kept, I think she was doing like that thing that like young, he doesn't like young people, by the
No,
way.
he
He's
was
like
very adamant
40 and
about
she's like
that.
22 or something. But you know, like a lot of young people, every time you see something that's small, it's cute.
Oh,
Aw,
it's a
aw,
baby.
it's a
And then
baby,
he
it's a
was like,
baby.
"I
It's
bring
not
a
a
fucking
baby.
food bag for the
It can
first piece
fucking
of
kill
food we
me.
have, and the first thing she does is say it's too fucking tiny." That is not what
Like,
she did. And he just went on a fucking tangent about women and how they bitch and moan and complain the whole time
yeah.
and da 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 da, and they're not good hunters and they're weak. And I was just like, okay, says the guy who's fucking tripping and falling every 2 fucking
What's the
seconds. And he would
one?
fall. He would make stupid ass decisions like going down a steep ass fucking hill with no solid ground, knowing damn well it's a rainforest and it's mud everywhere and it's gonna slide. And he would fall and bust his ass, and then he'd start yelling and complaining about the fact
What's
that he
the one
fell.
movie
Yeah, your fault,
where
idiot.
she like, oh god, I don't remember. Where like one person would say something and she would just completely misinterpret it and like, cause it was like there was like possession type shit going on or something like that. Oh my god, I don't remember. But like somebody would say something to her. Oh, the Conjuring. When we watched The Conjuring and the people were talking to him and he would just
Oh,
like
the devil
be
made me
like,
do it.
yeah, yeah, and he would
Then
be like, oh, she said it's gonna fucking kill me.
let's just say
That
the
was
devil
literally
made
this
me
guy.
do
He was
it.
possessed by the devil. Like that was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It was outrageous.
We are actually no. I'm just reminded by that movie. By the way, we watched. So I never watched The Devil Made Me Do It before. The Conjuring is my favorite horror movie series, but I had never seen The Devil Made Me Do
Clearly
It.
not.
It
Clearly can't be that special.
So anyway, The Conjuring is my favorite horror movie series, and I had never seen The Devil Made Me Do It before. I don't know, I just had never gotten around to watching it. But I'd seen every single one of them before that. I was really excited to see that, and I'm reminded of the fact that when we watch that movie, we really are like D1 stimmers. By the way, it's really bad.
Let's
I
just
really
say.
that exact thing. That video is funny as shit. But we probably said that during that movie upwards of 50 times.
Yeah, the entire time.
Let's just say
the
the devil made me do it.
It's really bad. What was I gonna say? Are you fucking thirsty?
Yeah, because I couldn't. She's sitting here saying, "Oh, he's a really bad customer." Yeah, well, you're fucking mean, by the way, because every 2 seconds I would like have to move. If I had to move even slightly, or if my head moved because she fucking pulled on it, she'd be like, "Stop moving!" If I tried to like grab my drink, grab. Oh my
See,
god, it
I
is
told you
getting
you were
really
doing
bad.
that. I kept.
If I tried to grab my drink and like take a sip, stop moving your head.
Okay, but also I feel like you should maybe give me a warning. Hey, can I do this? Can I do that? Can I do this?
I
Can I do that?
specifically would only grab my drink after I felt her grab the end of my braid and reach for the rubber
Yeah, but no,
band.
he doesn't understand. What he doesn't understand is that when you're doing somebody else's hair and then they start moving away from you as you're trying to hold the bit of the
I get
braid
it.
that doesn't have anything on it, it makes it hard to grip onto it. You are a bad customer. And not only are you a
I'm
bad
not even a
customer,
customer because I don't pay you. Like, guys, this is reparations. No, I'm sorry. This isn't reparations. This is get out.
well, I'm done.
Are you breaking up with me?
No, I'm not a white ally anymore.
Oh,
That's what it is.
clip.
Don't
Please
clip that.
clip
Don't clip
that.
that. Don't clip that.
Clip. I'm
Don't
posting that
clip
on
that. That's
TikTok.
not funny. That's not funny though. That's not funny. Please, 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 please. If you post that, you have to post the context of it initially. Please. Don't do that. Don't
Nope.
do that. You will piss me off. I will delete that shit.
I'm next year in February I'm posting that.
No.
Why not?
Because I love all people. I
I
don't
don't
want
see
this
color.
on my conscience.
I don't see color. I'm naming this episode Mika does not see color.
Don't name that.
Mika does not see color in all caps with a knot.
With a purple heart.
That's actually going to be the name of this episode. That's funny as shit.
No.
That is the name of this episode.
I'm so sick of this. We literally talked about this last episode, but I'm so sick of these like racist allegations from
Mika
you
kaka.
specifically. From you specifically.
Mika kaka. Holy shit. Anyway.
What am I supposed to do?
What was it? Oh my god, what was the thing you wanted to talk about that you would not tell me?
Oh, okay. First off, I just wanted to say, by the way, that like my survival instinct is definitely not that good because I could not be on one of these shows. I don't care that much to live. Like, okay, if I'm dying, obviously I'd be like, "Help, help me." Like, I'm sure I would do that.
Oh my god,
But
her
like
when the fire was happening. Shane, Shane, where are you? Shane, get out of the shelter. Shane, get up. Shane, Shane, where are you?
but
And the
like
whole time he's just sleeping next to this fire as if he's not. I feel like I would wake up.
no, I feel like you would wake up on a normal day that you have enough rest and everything, but when you're that tired,
I guess, yeah.
I can't imagine that you would be getting up. But I just don't have the survival instinct for this. I was playing Left 4 Dead with my brother the other day. We were just playing together, revisiting it because we used to play it all the time when we were kids. And as we were playing it, like I started watching lore videos and like I know like general lore of that. But like there's some like 2 hour breakdown video of all the campaigns and everything on video on YouTube that I was watching, and they were talking about like every time I play that game, all I can think is like, damn, this really is the worst zombie apocalypse to be in. There's
Left for Dead. Oh
Yes, because
yeah.
it's like the same concept as like The Walking Dead where everybody is infected, but it's like now the people that are not infected and like are just carriers, they can infect the people that are not carriers and just literally give them the
Mm-hmm.
disease by being close to them. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy. That's awful. Everybody's going to die. There's no way you're getting out of that. That's so tragic too. And then not only that, all of the special infected are
Yeah.
terrifying. What?
Yeah.
I would just lay down and die.
I
The
would just.
second I saw like a
I
tank,
can't say that. I would just like uh not live anymore.
you can say die.
I would just die myself.
Oh, I would unalive. Unalive.
I would unalive
No, but
myself.
I wouldn't be able to do it. Like
No, I'm so
because
serious about that too.
especially well, I think I would first off, I don't even think I would be a carrier. I think I would just get infected in general. Like I think I
Yeah,
would
I think
just
I
be
would just be done.
like casually walking and then all of a sudden I would just
Wait,
be like, "Oh, I'm turning into a zombie."
what's the movie? I always like the concept. What's the movie? You know, because it's zombies. The the one where they had to like. I specifically just remember the clips of uh
Just describe one of the clips.
yeah, I'm specifically remembering one of the clips where they were like in this big city and there was these walls and the zombies were like climbing up the
Oh,
fucking
World War
wall.
Z.
Yeah, because specifically it's the one where if you're like carrying a very like deadly illness, the zombies do not want to infect
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
little boy was able to stand in the middle of the road and all the
And then
zombies
Ollie
avoided
ran
him.
around him. That's
So
what I
then
was
that
like.
was
Yeah.
what the Bugs Bunny, that's what I call what's his face? I don't even remember his actual name. The guy who plays him, he looks like Bugs Bunny to me. I don't know how to explain
The
it.
guy that went and like infected himself with the illness.
No, he did. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he did that. But he just looks like Bugs Bunny to me. I don't know how to explain it, but
No, I think
maybe
you're right
I mean
about
like
that.
I don't know. Put a picture of that guy and Bugs Bunny up on the screen right now. Specifically in that movie though, specifically in that
Yeah,
movie,
he
and tell
does
me he
kind of
does
look
not look
like
like
Bugs
Bugs
Bunny.
Bunny. Like
He does.
I think he looks like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, no, I just don't have the survival instincts for that. To have to inject myself with the infectious disease to walk past zombies for the sake of humanity. One, I don't have the moral conscience for
Me
that.
neither.
I think I have a pretty good moral compass, but not that good.
Yeah,
Like
no.
it's failing, it's failing. The compass is gonna start going everywhere. The
That's it.
magnetic forces are it's just being infiltrated. Nothing is going right.
As
It's
evil as
not
it sounds, I think
happening.
I just don't care enough about people. I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm
I
not
think I
doing
do
that to
care, but
myself
I
for
also
that.
think I'm too scared. I think I care enough for the sake of the humanity, and I'd be like, but the second a zombie came towards me, I'm running the other way.
Oh yeah.
I'm not doing
Mm-mm.
that. I feel like if it was like a zombie apocalypse like The Walking Dead, I would give it a shot. I would definitely try. But if it was anything else, why am I doing this? Like the survivors in Left 4 Dead have the strongest will to live I've ever seen of anybody ever because they're literally getting mauled by the zombies. And the thing is that because they're carriers, they can't get infected unless they like die. They just have to die. That was
Yeah.
like I think Left 4 Dead people don't come for me. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But I just can't imagine like getting mauled by
No.
zombies and then getting back up and like I don't care enough. I would just kill.
I would just
Yeah, I would just do
die.
that. I mean, like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Zombie apocalypse is something. Okay, so when I was younger, I used to be very like. First of all, I will say that I definitely did grow up on like zombies. Especially like Call of Duty. I was a D1 Call of Duty player. I would play Call of Duty, zombies especially,
I
all
only like
day,
zombies.
every day, all day, every day. all day, every day. When
I
I tell
wouldn't
you,
play
it was
Call of
like
Duty. I would only play
the
Call of Duty
whole
like
day.
with my brother, like if he wanted me to get on, but
No,
I
I
was
just
addicted
loved it.
to
I had every
zombies.
single DLC. I loved Black Ops 2 Zombies. Black Ops 2 Zombies, especially Black Ops 2 Zombies. It was my favorite shit. I love Buried. I love
Was Black Ops
Origins.
2 Zombies the one that has the like the prison? Which one is the one that has
Yes.
the prison?
Alcatraz?
I yeah, I like that one.
That's Mob of the Dead.
Yeah, because I really liked the pack-a-punch weapons in that one. I
Yeah.
love that. And then obviously everybody loves the
Origins. Staffs. Big robots.
no, the one where they're in the city and he's like, you're cursed, you bear the mark. That one. He's
Ew. Are you talking about Black Ops 3?
I think so. I love that map. I
I
love that
hate
map. It
Black
was
Ops 3.
so because the
Okay,
map was so
controversial
creative.
opinion here. Everybody loves Black Ops 3. Everybody's like, "Oh, I love Black Ops 3." They still play Black Ops 3, but I feel like most people now, they don't play Black Ops 3 for Black Ops 3 zombies. They play Black Ops 3 for Black Ops 2 or any other like custom zombie map. That's why they play Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 Zombies was shit. It was horrible.
I really
And
like
the
that
reason I
map.
fucking hated it so much was because they took every element I feel like from Black Ops 2 and just destroyed it. They really ruined it. Like
I mean, I don't know. I would probably have to
especially
play it
the
again.
lore. I feel like the lore just went so downhill in Black Ops 3. It just went in a whole different turn that I feel like was just wasted to me.
I would have to play it
Um
again because the last time I played it, I was probably like 10 or some shit like that. So I didn't have like critical thinking skills to be able to like, oh, this game sucks. Come here. Da, 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 da.
I
And I
would
didn't watch videos at that time. So I would just like play the game and be like, wow, so cool. And I really liked like the tram, like the elevator thing you would get on and then you fight the
Oh
little zombies and
yeah.
stuff.
No, I
I
love Mob of the
love
Dead.
that.
I used to play Mob of the Dead a whole bunch
No,
and
I'm talking not I'm talking about the map where you're in the city and like you bear the mark, you're cursed. That one. I don't think that's Map of the Dead. Is that?
is that no, it's not. The one where you're in the Mob of the Dead is the prison. I thought you were talking about the what do you call it?
No, I know what you're talking about.
The
But
gondola. I
no,
thought you were talking about
but
the
yeah, but I'm not
gondola.
talking about that. I'm talking about the one where you would take the like tram across the city and the like it was like 1920s ish.
Yeah, no, that is in fact Black Ops 3. That is the first Black Ops 3
I don't
Zombies
know.
map.
I like that map. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I hated that map.
I
No,
really like that
I feel
map.
like it wasn't the map itself that sucked. I think I liked the music and the map concept. I did not like the storyline and I didn't like the mechanics of Black Ops 3 Zombies.
See again, I can't speak on that because I would genuinely just have to play it again. I've never I haven't played that game since I was like
No, I was a
11.
D1 zombie player. Like when I say all day, Black Ops when I say Black Ops 2 Zombies was my shit. I fucking love Mob of the Dead, Origins, Buried. I love Transit. I love Town. When I tell you every single Black Ops 2 Zombies map I played in full all the time, 24/7, and I would replay it a billion times over. I would still play it. If you sat down with me and said, "Hey, I want to play Black Ops 2 Zombies right now," well, obviously you'd have to play it on Black Ops 3 because Black Ops 2 isn't like they don't
Mhm.
have supported servers anymore. But if you sat down and were like, I want to play like Origins with you, or I want to play Black Ops 2 Zombie Maps with you, I would do that shit for like the entire day. I don't care. Like that is my shit. Like, and I just, you know, you know, I love me some good little zombies. I do.
Not as much as me.
No,
Name
you
five
like
zombies.
zombie
Name five zombies.
movies and like zombie games and stuff like that. I
Name
feel like
five
a lot more
zombies.
than me, but Black Ops in particular, Black Ops Zombies,
Yeah, I definitely
just I love
I'm
that.
not like on Black Ops like lore like that. I remember my brother telling me about it when we were kids, but I would just play it because I like to kill the zombies and I thought the pack a punch weapons was cool. But I never got super into Call of Duty. I was really into like I love Lollipop Chainsaw. I
Yeah, I
love
don't know much
Lollipop
about that.
Chainsaw and I love like I really like campaign based games and I know that Black Ops has like campaigns and stuff like that,
Well, the
but
zombie
I
maps
didn't
are campaigns if you do like the
yeah,
Easter eggs and stuff
I
like
know
that.
that, but it's like I don't like the round based type things. I'm not
Yeah.
a huge fan of that. I I like playing through levels and like
Story.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like story based games probably is a better word for that. Um because I mean like I don't know, I like playing like games like that, but it's just at a certain point to me it's just like why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Whereas with like a story based game, I just feel like I'm locked in the entire
Well,
time.
I think if you went through and you actually like played um like the Black Ops zombie maps and you did the Easter eggs for the lore based ones,
Yeah,
then
I'd
you would end
probably
up
enjoy it
getting that
now.
with like the storyline and stuff like that. Though they're not all completely
I mean, it's one of
interconnected.
those things where it's like I like to watch like the videos about it.
Yeah, I
Like
also like to watch the
if
videos
I
about
see a
that.
video about it, I'll
Buried
watch it.
Buried has a really interesting like Easter egg and story concept to it because it's like the lore is like tied in a very odd way, but the storyline to Buried is actually kind of sad because all the main characters like get infected and die. But
Every zombie game ever.
yeah, but the map itself, I feel like had a very eerie and a very interesting feel to it that I think is very like just not matched by the other zombie maps.
Yeah,
In
I
the
don't
same way that I
remember
think that
Buried.
Oranges is. Buried is specifically the one where you like start out like above this like digging like extraction point or whatever, and then you have to like jump in and you like start the actual zombies round, I guess, and the whole thing is underground. It's a whole thing is completely underground, except for
Wait, I think
I
I vaguely
guess,
remember that.
I guess the back of the witch's house and there's like a maze. And I don't know if that's fully underground. I think it is. The whole thing is still just underground, but there's like a, I think it's a corn maze or like not really a corn maze. It's like a hedge maze because there's no
Mm,
vegetables, I don't think. But like the map itself is really fucking cool. It is, and I think that that was one of the ones that I actually did enjoy playing round based for because I just think that like it was just fun because
yeah.
it just felt way more cramped than the other maps and in a good way.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the spaciousness of all the maps would stress me out when I was a kid. But
Origins was a
my
huge
brother's
map.
one of those people where he like, shout out my brother, like he, shout out my people, shout out Dublin. Like he's one of those
Shout out
people.
Dublin.
He's one of those people where he watches the videos and like learns everything there is to possibly know about a game.
Yeah.
So then he knows all the camping spots. He knows where you should hide. So our Left 4 Dead runs have been like really easy. When I remember playing that as a kid, oh my god, the last time I tried to play that with one of my friends, I got so mad at him because he wanted to do like advanced difficulty. And I was like, trust me, you don't want to do that for this because if you don't know the hiding spots on Left 4 Dead maps, if
Yeah.
you don't know where to go,
You're
oh
done.
my god, you're
No,
cooked.
especially
Like
because like Left 4 Dead is just very fast.
it's fast
It's
and the
so
amount of
fast.
zombies and hordes that spawn and there a big part of Left 4 Dead is like you have to just play it over again to develop like the auditory cues and the
Yeah.
visual cues, what you need to be looking for, what sounds you need to be hearing for.
Yeah.
And the thing with Left 4 Dead, this is so cool by the way. They have so it's like in this is the one time I'm going to like condone AI.
No. Oh
But
yeah. No. I
the
know
like
about
the
the AI
whole
thing. It's
the
so cool.
conductor or
Yeah.
is it conductor? Uh,
I don't think.
I
I don't think that's the word.
no, it's not conductor, it's something else, but it starts with a C. But,
Uh. The AI
the AI
algorithm,
algorithm.
AI
So it's like
algorithm of the game is
every
very
game
interesting.
that
It
you
pays attention
play,
to your gameplay in a very
yes, it's
interesting way for its
amazing.
time as well. Is
No,
insane. It
it's
was very
genuinely like
ahead of its
and
time.
it still holds up today, which is
Yes.
amazing because they have not like done shit on those games in years.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing like of note anyway. And the way that that is held up is just incredible. And I
Yeah.
love the first game like so much. I just think the game mechanics of that are so cool and how like and like just tied in everything is to just working as a team. Those
Yeah.
games are hard to play by
I
yourself.
love
Mad
Black
respect
Ops
to
and
anybody that plays
everything.
them by themselves.
I do love Black Ops and everything, but I love Black Ops for the creativity and the like game mechanics itself. The story's okay and whatever, but I it's really the game mechanics and the creativity that comes
Mhm.
behind it, you know? But Left 4 Dead has a very realistic like zombies. It's this raunchy, like vulgar feel to it
Yeah, and
that I think that is very unmatched
what's
from
so
other
cool about
games.
those games is that just every round you play is different.
Hmm.
Like it doesn't matter what you do, everything is going to be different
Yeah.
because one of your bots is probably not going to listen to you, not
Yeah.
going to do the shit that you want them to. They're going to heal up when they're already at like full health. It's just like what are you doing? And then not only that, but just the spawns, enemy spawns, it's like you know you're going to get a special infected, but you don't know which one and you don't know when that special infected. You don't know if it's going to be a tank, you don't know if it's going to be
Yeah.
like this, that, and the third. And
Yeah,
the
as to
thing is
where
like you
like
have to like hold like my brother, he's got it down to like a T. Like you have to like hold on to the Molotovs, and then you have to remember the Molotov where the Molotov locations are, so that if a tank spawns, you can dial back and grab the Molotov to burn him because you need to keep the boomer bile on you for the last level. Like da da
yeah.
da da da. And it's just like I don't know the way that like the technique and strategy that you have to play those games to
Yeah.
get like a really flawless run, especially if you're playing by yourself. It's one thing when you're playing with other people, but especially when you're playing by yourself, the technique and strategy you have to have for those games is just crazy. Like I
Yeah.
cannot.
Yeah, no, I love Black Ops and everything like that, but Black Ops, it's very like you know what's coming and you know
Yeah.
exactly what's going to happen. I like the mechanics for the zombies in especially in Black Ops 2 is very like it's like rinse and repeat. It's so like repetitive. It's a cycle. You know every single time you start a game, wait for round 8, on Origins, and I think most of the maps, I think
Mhm.
it's like almost all of them, wait for round 8. On round 8, the fucking special is gonna spawn,
Yeah.
and you know what to do. You know you have to fight them. You know there's audio cues for it. Like you know exactly where, like 9 times out of 10 they're gonna spawn like right on you, or
Mhm.
they're gonna run at you immediately. Like you just know what's coming, and then the map look like the spawns for everything except for the mystery box are the same.
Really? The mystery
Yes.
box is different?
The mystery box, yeah, because remember you can get the teddy bear and it moves around the map.
Oh,
It
yeah! Oh
always
my god, I forgot
spawns in a
about the
different
teddy
spot
bear.
too. But the interesting thing about the mystery box in Black Ops is it's like you can find it on any map very easily.
Mhm.
All you do is walk outside and look up, and there's a huge beam
Yeah.
that shows you where it is. So it's like the spawn for the mystery box is like, okay, yeah, that's one thing. It's in a different spot, and you never know what you're gonna get, and then it also can move to a random spot
Mhm.
depending on when you roll it and everything. But other than that, the locations for everything is just the same. So
Mhm.
you just know what to do and where to go,
Mhm.
you know?
I don't know, I really like Left 4 Dead, I think it's fun.
I think Left 4
But
Dead is a very
w
unique zombie
this
game.
was leading into my other point, was when I was a kid, I really wanted to be in, like when I was a kid, I was a really bad, like, maladaptive daydreamer, like, I would
I wanted to be in an apocalypse so bad.
yeah, I wanted to be in Apocalypse really bad, but more so, my favorite, anime is Full Metal Alchemist, I feel like we've put that out there plenty of times. I was telling Zeke about this the other day. Guys, like, I used to be like the worst maladaptive daydreamer for Full Metal Alchemist. I had a notebook
Yeah.
where okay, so by the way, I was on shifting before any of you bitches were on
T
shifting.
T.
I was in those subliminals listening to get alchemy powers quick, develop
Yes.
alchemy, transmutation skills, and I would listen to the subliminals on repeat when I was a kid because I thought that I would develop alchemical powers. Like I thought I could be Edward Elric.
T.
And not only that, but I was listening to like Get Blue Eyes, Get
Oh no.
Heterochromia.
I wasn't listening to
No,
those, but
I
I
was listening
definitely
to
was like
those.
watching the like YouTube videos and like trying to develop my
My telepathy. Yeah.
aerokinesis and my aquakinesis.
Wait, telekinesis, telekinesis. That's what I was trying to
No,
develop.
yeah, the telekinesis. I would do the thing with the needle and the little paper,
No,
and I would just like
I saw the comments that were like,
there are people
I
that are
practice.
25 years old still doing that on
No, I
TikTok.
saw that the comments where it was like I practiced so much that I was able to open the doorknob, and I would stare at the doorknob and be like, I thought I was gonna be the next 11, and I
Yeah,
thought I was gonna be Edward Elric
me too.
too.
I was watching the little like the spells on YouTube get flight powers.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. I was like,
That shit, but I was literally like 11 years old thinking that shit was so tea. I was like, no fucking
the
way,
crazy thing
dude.
is that I would gaslight myself afterwards. I would be like, I definitely just moved that.
Yeah, oh
I
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
just
I
moved
would
that
too. I
paper.
would too. I'd be like, I'd look at the door and I'd be like, it nudged a little. Like I'd be like, it's moving. No, the whole time it was just like the
I was
wind.
on that subliminal shit so early, but being on the subliminal shit led me to know what mewing was from a very young age. And not only did it lead me to know what mewing was, but it also I learned what shifting was
Yeah,
very quickly. I learned starfish position. I had a notebook,
yeah.
and I wanted to shift to Full Metal
The
Alchemist.
worst part about being, I did the same exact shit, but the worst part for me is that when I was younger, I can't do it anymore. I wish I could still do it. I could make myself lucid dream whenever I wanted to, all the time.
So
So when
you
I was
really thought you
younger,
were doing it.
no, yeah, when I was younger, I quite literally would go to sleep and I could easily recognize just by the feeling of it that I was asleep. If I was dreaming, I'd be like, no, this feels like a dream. And I would legitimately, the funny thing about being in a dream is the second that you realize it's a dream, legitimately the second you realize it's a dream, everything just goes and you just control everything. Like it's there's no like period of like, okay, I have to transition into a lucid dream. The second you realize you're dreaming, if you don't wake up immediately, it becomes a lucid dream immediately. And I would just sit there and I'd be
That's
like asleep.
crazy.
I would be asleep and I would be like, I'm dreaming right now. And the second that happened, I could just do whatever I wanted to. And everything kind of changed.
I don't know that I've
But it
ever
was very
lucid dreamt.
dangerous. It was lucid dreaming is a very dangerous thing, I think,
Yeah.
in my
I know
opinion.
you can get like sleep
Um,
paralysis. Oh my god, I had a dream
it
last
does
night that
increase
somebody
your
one of our
likelihood of
coworkers died from
sleep
sleep
paralysis.
paralysis.
Yeah, I actually just saw videos about sleep paralysis. I guys,
Stop. This is
okay,
gonna scare me. This is gonna scare me
okay,
really
no, no,
bad,
no. I
please.
actually want to talk about this because I think it's so interesting. It's not that funny, but it's really interesting. When I was younger, like I said, I used to be very into like lucid dreaming. I could do it immediately, and also the funny thing was that I could also wake myself up whenever I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's part of me and sleep has always been a very weird thing.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, if I was asleep and I realized that I was dreaming, or I was sleeping and I was dreaming, I could just be like, I'm sleeping right now because I could feel myself laying in my bed with my eyes closed, despite the fact that I was in a dream, obviously with my eyes open, moving around, doing whatever. But I could just feel it's like knowing that like
So
I'm me, but I'm not
so is
really
this
me
what
right
the
now.
shifters think that they're doing? Is that what
Yeah,
it is? Are they just
that's kind
lucid
of I
dreaming?
think that's what they feel like they're
Because
doing.
there's
And
some people online that are genuinely convinced that it's real, and I mean, like, no offense to anybody that does this, but I don't believe you. I'm
have
sorry,
you never like
I don't believe you.
daydreamed and gotten so lost in it that you're just like fully like just seeing what
When
you're
I
like
get in
daydreaming?
cars,
Like,
don't let me put on some music in my headphones because I'm
no,
gone. Like,
music ruins it for me.
no, music is like because it's
I just
soundtracks.
stare and
No,
I
it's
dissociate, and then you
soundtracks.
can just like
When I was a kid, I used
do
to
what you want.
listen to the Full Metal Alchemist soundtrack in the car,
Oh, see
and
if
I
it's
would
related to
be
what you're
there.
trying to
See,
daydream, then
and
that makes
that
sense.
I would be there.
But no, like I don't think that I'm shifting or anything. I think I'm fully just like having a daydream. That's fine. That's a normal thing. That's what we need to start calling it.
No, you're
You're not
shifting.
shifting to
You're
another
shifting.
reality,
You're
babe.
shifting.
You're having a daydream, and
You're in the
that's
waiting
normal.
room. You're
That's
in the waiting
fine.
room.
Yeah, literally. Like, but basically, no. When I was younger, I would definitely lucid dream all the time, and I could do it whenever I wanted to. But lucid dreaming is a very dangerous thing, in my opinion.
Hmm.
I have never had a full like sleep paralysis
Oh my
spurt,
god, that literally scared
but
me.
I have had a sleep paralysis like thing. I gotta tell you about that shit later. That was weird. I'll gotta tell you about that later.
I want to get on to
Um,
my Full Metal Alchemist when you're done. I
okay,
need to tell you
but
about my
when I
universe.
was younger, I would have like repetitive dreams that were interconnected that were related to what I was living in a very
Really?
weird yes. So I had oh my god, I've given okay, two things. When I was lucid dreaming a whole bunch of times, I think this is part of the reason I low-key like have trauma. And I think that's what it happened, and I stopped lucid dreaming. That's why I can't do it anymore, because I gave myself a night terror.
Oh.
And there's a huge difference between having a nightmare, having sleep paralysis, and having a night terror. When I was that one time I had a fucking, I have never, and I will never be able to accurately describe to you what a night terror is like. It is genuinely the most horrifying experience I think I've ever gone through in my life. You don't know what the fuck is going on. I can't tell you a single thing. I remember almost the entire fucking night terror. But
Please don't tell it to me though, because
no, I
that's so
can't. I
scary.
can't. I cannot accurately describe to you a single thing that happened in that dream, except for maybe I may have seen a body or face maybe once at some point. It is a whole bunch of blobs and like weird shit getting thrown at you and loud noises and moving around and screaming and like it is just
That
a
just
whole bunch of
reminds me of like
disorienting like noise
I
and
have a mouth but
movement.
I cannot scream. I have
Yes.
no mouth and I
No,
cannot
that's
scream.
basically
That's
what
like
it
what that
is.
reminds me of.
It
That's
is
really scary.
quite literally just you feeling like you're being thrown around. Have you this I think this is part of the reason it scares me so bad. Have you ever seen the have you ever watched Nope? Did we go see that in movie theater together?
No, but I've seen the movie.
Have you seen the clip
I don't
of
even think we knew each other when that movie came out.
No way. We
That was like
did.
2022, early 2022, was that
We
not?
did.
No.
No way.
But I think maybe I had met you once before, but we didn't know each other like
That
that.
is crazy.
Yeah, no, we did not know each other like that.
Wow. So Nope. The clip of do you know when they're like watching the whole game or whatever and they get sucked up into the alien and
Yeah,
the alien eats them?
yeah.
You know when they're specifically the clips when they're like inside and like pressed against the walls and they're screaming and they're like help me and then nobody knows what the fuck's going on and there's just like a whole bunch of like weird shit in their
Oh, it
face.
reminds me of like Interstellar when they were like, because the
Yeah.
voices were speaking to them.
Imagine being one of them in that is quite literally like I and that scene does actually like really does not sit well in me. I don't know what it because it's not like that upfront and scary. It's
Yeah.
not like a jump scare or anything, but it is very off-putting.
It's like
That
one of
scene
those
is
like imagine
so
that happening to
off-putting
you,
to
like
me.
what the fuck? Like
Yeah, and it is that's kind of what like being in a night terror is like. It is so scary. And I think I just can't lucid dream anymore because of that. Which is part of the reason why lucid dreaming I think is a very dangerous thing to me because once you have a nightmare in a lucid dream, I don't know. So, have you ever been in a dream and like, okay, you're like dreaming, but you don't actually like feel everything that's going on in the dream? Like in a dream, if I like put my hand in like water, oh yeah, I might like feel the water a little bit, but it's very not the same as a real life experience.
I don't know because when I don't really remember, like I'll remember my dreams and what happened in them, but they don't feel entirely real to me. I think
Exactly.
like the other day, like I woke up from a dream about my parents and I was just like sad. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, they don't feel like
But I feel like it just
It's
leaves me
not
with
feeling.
like
It doesn't feel
a
like it
feeling
actually
of
is
an
happening.
emotion. I feel like most of the time I just leave
It's
with an
emotional or mental
yeah,
responses.
I just well, for me it's like I leave with an emotion as opposed to like the memory of what actually happened.
Exactly. When you're having a dream, it doesn't feel like if I have a dream and like this is crazy, but if I had a dream and it was a nightmare and I got like stabbed or shot in the nightmare, I don't genuinely feel that gunshot or feel
Yeah.
that stab. If you are lucid dreaming, you genuinely feel it.
Oh, that's scary.
Yes, if you're lucid dreaming, everything feels so real. So if you have a lucid dream and you have a nightmare, that is a very scary experience
Yeah.
because it's very not only is it kind of hard to wake yourself out of them, but if you're having a nightmare and a lucid dream, I think this is how I've always imagined it works and how I think that it works. If you wake yourself up from the nightmare, you have sleep paralysis. I think you have an increased risk of sleep paralysis,
Mhm.
but also if whatever's happening to you in your nightmare, you will feel it. So I've had lucid nightmares, I guess, more lucid nightmares. They weren't fully lucid because I didn't really realize that I was asleep and I
Mhm.
wasn't actually like lucid dreaming. But I've had nightmares where I genuinely feel the shit that's happening to me. And so one of the repetitive dreams that I was mentioning earlier was like I had a nightmare where this like ghost lady like Loki broke into my house or broken onto my I had like a closed off lockable porch and she like broke in and she like pinned me on the floor and took her like pointy ass long ass nail
Ew,
and
ew,
like
ew, ew,
wrote
ew,
on my
ew,
back.
ew, ew.
The most painful and it's like scary little experience I've ever had in my life. And I had that dream multiple times, but it was different and it was adding to the storyline. And it was like not chill. Like not chill. Lucid dreaming this is the reality shifters. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. That shit is a scary experience, and I don't do that shit anymore. I don't
Maybe
do it
some of them
anymore.
just haven't had a bad shift yet or
They
shift.
need to have a bad
Do
shift.
you remember that
Clock in.
that the photo that was like when the shift's so bad you got to sit there and then they were like, "Oh my god, how did you shift?"
How did you shift? Where did you go?
Which method did you
I need
use?
to shift into Iron Man.
No,
I
anyways,
need to become.
no,
I need to
let me
go
talk about
there.
my special
I need
interest.
to shift into Soul Eater.
No, let me talk about my special
Yeah,
interest.
go for it.
So, when I was a kid, I had a notebook, and I wish I could still find the notebook because I'm sure it's like toddler level writing where it's like, no, actually, I was a pretty good writer when I was a kid. I'm not even gonna fault myself, but I'm
Yeah.
still like it's childish and dumb. And in my universe, I was Alphonse Elric's girlfriend. And I'm not Alphonse Elric's girlfriend, I'm his love interest, rather. So
Okay.
I knew alchemy because I was just like a talented prodigy when I was a kid.
Oh,
And
okay.
I just moved out to Resembool, which is where Edward and Alphonse
This is
live.
not your shift, baby. This is your OC.
No, this is
This
my
is YN.
no, this is my OC. This genuinely is my YN. This is
Yeah.
my YN. That has such a different connotation now. Please
Oh my God.
please don't clip that. Please don't clip that.
I'm your YN.
This is my Y/N.
This is my YN. This really is Get Out, guys. Like.
No, this is my Y/N. Sorry, this is my OC. I moved. The thing is that the more detailed script that you have with shifting, they say that the more detailed script that you have, the more likely everything is to go the way that you want and for it to be the exact way that you want. So I had every single arc from that show written out, the dialogue. I can still like remember all the dialogue from almost every single one of those episodes, like just what they're going to
That's
say next,
crazy.
what they're going to do next, what's going to happen next, the cues,
Specifically, like
the
in like Full
songs.
Metal, yeah.
Yeah, the soundtrack, I know what's going to come next too. I
Oh
when
my
I tell
God.
you like this is I am just so
This is me, but
unbelievably
like with
locked
random
into
little YouTube videos
no,
that I
I am
find that I think
just
are funny.
so locked into this shit. And I lived in Resembool and I went on the trip with Edward when he got his state license. I just went with him because we felt like he needed somebody to be with him. And then I came back and I decided like Edward was very against me going with him and Alphonse on their trip. That's so fucking crazy. But Edward was very
Wait, why Alphonse?
because I didn't like Edward like that. I like Edward, but I'm like when I was a kid, I was just like, no, I'm too like I mean like I know my boundaries. Like I would not want to be in a relationship with a man who's that fucking annoying and talks
But
that
you
much and like
specifically were like
argues.
Alphonse. Oh yeah, the one that's doesn't have a body.
Yeah. It's not about the body, it's about the
You are
personality.
wow. You are a real lover.
I am. Yeah, I
You're a
am.
real
And hold
you're a
on, it
real
gets worse. It
romantic.
gets worse. because
You
I
are a
am a real
real
romantic.
romantic.
I am a real romantic because you don't even know what I was dreaming of and these things. Like, it was actually insane. I was on some crack shit. Like, I don't even know.
And you know it's not even bad or anything because like
I never even thought of anything bad. It was just like genuinely I wanted
wow,
to be in that
you was
universe.
real romantic.
Yes,
Like
and so I just genuinely wanted to be there. And I wanted to be there. Like,
you were, baby, you were there.
I know. And so I went with them after like
Oh my
arguing with
god.
Edward to go on this trip with them or like to go with them to get their bodies back. They finally let me go. And you know, Alphonse, he can't sleep at night because his soul is like he can't
Yeah,
rest
you
because he
can't
doesn't have
sleep.
a physical body.
Yeah.
So I would stay up with Alphonse at night and just like lay with him and like talk to him while Edward would be sleeping on their trip so that I could keep him comforted and like help and help him get through the dark times.
I need me and Alphonse. Like
And
wait, no, I need me a Mika. That's what I need to be Alphonse.
so I would stay up
I'm
with him
just
at
not
night.
good enough.
And that was how our whole love story started, right? Was that I would just stay up with him and like I was always closer to Alphonse because I think the way that I wrote it was that I was younger. I was the same age as Alphonse, not the same age as Edward and Winry. So that's why I was closer to Alphonse was because I would just like
The
spend more
lore
time
here
with
is
him.
crazy.
Yeah, and I just happened to be best friends with Alphonse as opposed to like them. So I just happened to get in this whole like family thing that was going on. And so I would just spend time with them and like I was helping them on their trip because obviously I can do alchemy too because I'm
Mhm.
fucking badass.
Yeah.
And I just did the same kind of alchemy as them because I like the whole story is that like I would practice with them and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And it's crazy, bruh. And I would stay up with Alphonse at night and we would just talk and like that was how like we began to fall in love with each other slowly. And I didn't realize that Alphonse had feelings for me because I thought that I was the only one that had feelings for Alphonse.
Holy shit,
And
dude.
and then at the end of the series when Alphonse is going to like spoiler alert, when Alphonse is going to like when we're worried that he's not going to come back
Yeah.
and then Edward goes into the portal and then Alphonse's body comes back.
Yeah.
I was just like I confessed to him that I was in love with him. I was like so sad and I was crying and I was just there was
Dude,
tears streaming out of my eyes
you
and
need
I
to
was like
do
I'm in love with
you
you.
need
I
to do a
don't know,
TikTok
no.
series on this, but you need to do like really shitty art and do the little YN videos, like the
Oh, I'm putting my OC in
yeah,
Attack on
putting
Titan.
like, is it obvious? Guys, don't do that. Aaron, we're gonna save you.
That was genuinely me. No, I should do a TikTok series explaining every single arc. Because I think that would be really good.
That shit
Because
is so
I still
funny.
remember it word for word. Because when I tell you for years, up until like I was probably like 15, I would dream of this every single
Oh my
night. Like
God.
every single night to go to sleep, this is what I would think about. I
So
would,
that you had a dream.
yeah, so that I would either have a dream
Dude, you would have
about
been a
Full Metal
D1
Alchemist.
lucid dreamer.
See, it was so that either I could have a dream about Full Metal Alchemist or so that I could just shift. But shifting
No,
never
oh
worked
my
out for me, but
God.
I would just imagine it. And I think imagining it was good enough for me. And then I also read hella fan fiction.
See, you
But
needed
there's
to
a
get on the lucid
surprising
dreaming.
hold on, there's a surprising lack of Y/N fan fiction for Full
Y
Metal
slash N,
Alchemist.
you had to add the
Yeah, for
slash
Full Metal
now.
Alchemist on the internet, that's not really shitty. And I was very specific about the kind of fan fiction that I would read. I was
Yeah.
not reading no Wattpad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was reading at AO3, and on AO3, there's a surprising lack of Full Metal fan fiction. And I didn't want to read like Edward/Winry. I don't care. Why am I reading fan fiction that has nothing to do with me?
Oh
Real
my
bitches
God.
know.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Holy shit. You were locked in. You were on Discord with You were on Discord with a link to Amino and a card ready with
Oh, baby,
a
I
whole
never
bunch
even
of
got on
Pinterest
Amino.
boards
That's crazy.
with fucking Alphonse Elric art.
I was never even on Amino.
I wasn't either. I was never on Amino.
My sister was. My sister was. I heard stories, but
Yeah,
so
Amino
that's
is
the
a
only
sca-
reason that I know anything about
I
Amino.
know people who were on Amino, and it is a scary place.
Yeah, it is a very scary place. But I was on Pinterest and Tumblr. That's where I was. I was on Tumblr.
I was never on Tumblr. I
Because
was on Pinterest.
the Full Metal community was low-key thriving on Tumblr.
Tumblr was
And
a
I
scary
had a
place
lot
for
of
me.
Full Metal mutuals on like Instagram and
No,
stuff
the
like
problem
that.
the reason I wasn't on Tumblr is because I was in a very a lot of like queer groups. Like
Mhm.
I knew a lot of queer people. Like
Mhm.
and queer people on Tumblr are insufferable.
They are.
They
They're
were
insane.
horrible.
They're
They were
insane.
horrible, and they were all promoting
EDs.
to be honest, not just EDs, but like a whole bunch of like just corn, like especially back then, just like straight up, and it's like
That's when I was
minors,
oh
like
wait,
arts
this
and
is
minors, and
definitely
like
like not a, I can I say that?
what?
Like when I was a kid, I used to get on Tumblr and Twitter to look for
Yeah.
Because that like when I was younger, that was the only way that I would like engage in it. I didn't want to go on
Yeah,
like
the Tumblr
I didn't
Tumblr
want
and
to go on
Twitter
like
is the
Pornhub.
like the go-to
I
place.
didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, no, to be honest with you, like that was
I
just
feel like
where you
only teenage
go.
boys do that.
What?
Go on Pornhub.
Oh, me,
I feel
yeah.
like everybody visits it. Like it's canon event, you gotta visit it. But like
Yeah.
real bitches, no.
Yeah.
There, that was
Like
not. I was not on there.
if you were locked in and you had like a genuine like at the time like anime or cartoon crush when you were a kid, you went to like Twitter or Tumblr,
But
especially Tumblr.
I didn't even do that. I was just reading hella fan fiction. I would read fan fiction on Tumblr too.
I can't. I just didn't want to sit down and read like that. I
See,
would read,
but you don't like
but I
reading.
would read. I would read the freaking like webtoons, the BL
I never got
webtoons.
okay. I never got into the webtoons. I read a few like BL webtoons. I had a
I had
little
to
yaoi
stop
moment where I
when
would
I was
read
younger.
yaoi, but like, and I also had a little Yuri moment where I would only read Yuri. But like, I don't know. I was just always way more invested in like this has to happen to me. Like I have to be like. I don't give a fuck about these other people. Like I'm romanticizing my life. I keep seeing these videos online and it's like when fine shit calls you beautiful. And this is what I used to read fanfics about. And every time I see one of those, I'm like, yeah, yeah. And it's just like a video of like LeBron scoring a point. That's how it feels. That's
Ew.
how it feels. It'd be like, you're beautiful, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is what we dreamed of. This is what dreams are made of.
But no, like I just can't even believe you sat there and thought of that whole lore and story like that. You needed to get on lucid dreaming. I'm telling you, you need to get on lucid
No, I
dreaming.
don't. I don't need
Not
this.
anymore. Not anymore. Don't do that. When you were younger, you needed to get on lucid dreaming. I was a D1 fucking lucid dreamer. I could
I
just
remember
do it.
watching the video
I don't
from
really
Shane
know
Dawson, but I
how.
was really scared. That's the thing, is that I didn't want to do it because I was really scared. I didn't want to practice it or anything because I was terrified of having like a
See,
nightmare or
but
something
I
like
never
that.
I think the thing with me is I kind of just grew up on it because I could always do it. When I was younger, I think I stopped being able to do it kind of around when I hit my teen years. Specifically, I think because I gave myself that night terror and because I did not want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And um the thing for me is that I never had to learn how to do it. I never had to use any of the tactics. There's a whole bunch of tactics. I tried to get back into lucid dreaming after I stopped doing it for a
Hmm.
while. And I just could not do it anymore. I couldn't realize when I was sleeping. And I started having to like try to do the little tactics. And I was like, maybe I should get a dream journal. And like one of the things that I learned that you can do is that if you want to lucid dream, when you wake up, set an alarm for like midway through your sleep because you need to get into REM
Yeah.
sleep and wake yourself out of REM sleep because when you fall asleep again, you'll put yourself back into REM sleep quickly. But
Mm.
what you have to do is that you have to tap your hand in a way that you'll still fall asleep. So you just like tap 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 and it keeps your mind awake but lets your body fall asleep. And that's how you put yourself into lucid dreaming. And I tried to do that and I did not want to. Like it
Yeah, I
just was
don't
not
know if
my
I could do
thing. Like I
that.
just and so but the thing for me like when I was younger is that I never had to teach myself. I don't know what it was. I was just born with this like ability to just realize and be
It's
painfully
all those
aware of when
subliminals
I
you
was
listen to.
sleeping. And I did it in elementary school. I was literally waking myself out of my sleep in elementary school because I could realize I was asleep. And I was like, oh, I'm about to be late for class.
No, I don't know, but I always wished I could do that. What time is it?
You have to get ready. We have
Okay.
to end off.
Well, that is my story of my Full Metal Alchemist adventure and journey. More coming on TikTok probably. Um, and next OC is gonna be in Naked and Afraid, by the way.
Oh my God. No.
Me and Chris are gonna go on Naked and
We are
Afraid.
not going on Naked and Afraid.
We're gonna go
I
on
was
Naked and
the
Afraid,
minute
and
we
it's
started
gonna.
that episode, I was like, are they not like even somewhat thinking about the fact that their whole ass is just on blast to
No,
all of America
no.
and
Chris
the
and I are
world?
going on Naked and Afraid, except we're gonna go to Puerto Rico and be fully clothed. And
Holy shit.
that's our story. But yeah, that's what I have to say for this
Okay.
episode. Thank you guys for watching.
We'll see you guys later.
And yeah, check out my TikTok for more Full Metal Alchemist content. I know you guys are
I'm
all
shifting to
super
Soul Eater.
desperate.
I wanted to be in Soul Eater. I wanted to be when I was younger. I wanted to be in Ben 10. Oh my God, I wanted to be
Oh, I
Ben.
wanted to be in Ben
I
10
wanted
too,
to
but I
be in
wanted to
Ben
be Ben
10
10's
so
girlfriend.
bad. No, I wanted to be Ben so fucking bad. I was like, give me an Omnitrix. Give me an Omnitrix. Give me an
No, I wanted to
Omnitrix
be Ben 10's
now.
girlfriend, and I just my thing is that I was like low-key Mary Sue. Like I would like have like magical powers like in everything that I did, even if I wasn't supposed to have magical powers. I'd just be like, yeah, I have them too. Yummy.
Shifting to Soul Eater. I need to be a weapon so
Bye.
bad. Bye.